everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel, and also welcome to my new mat. How adorable is this mat? You can get them from Tesco if anyone was wondering. Anyway, so we're doing some, not Christmas nails I suppose, but like Christmas-esque nails. Today I'm going to be doing a blue set with some loose glitters and some cat eye silver is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why that took so long, but I got it out in the end. That's all that matters. I'm also going to use this silver as well, which is the Nail Reserve Kiss Me Now silver, and it's holographic. It's beautiful. So I'm going to do a coat of that as the base, just to give it, I don't even know if you're going to be able to properly see it through that cat eye, but we'll give it a go. It's worth a try just in case you can. So I've already prepped my tips. I've just noticed that my son's camera is on in the background because he's in bed, so I'm just going to turn that off my phone because it's got tweeting birds, because that's his white noise. So 1 second. Okay, we're back minus the tweeting birds, so that's good. So yeah, let's just get into creating our, actually let me just do the base colours first, that's the easy bit. So I'm going to do, I think we're going to use a blue cat's eye as well, because I don't want all of them to have a design on, because I feel like that's a bit overkill, and I do have a blue that I hope will go. So we're going to do that. So I think we're going to do 2 with the blue. It's a gorgeous colour, isn't it? So I'm going to do 2 layers, I was going to say 2 coats as well, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm going to do 2 nails of this colour. Then obviously we'll use the magnet on them before they go in the lamp, and then I'm not going to actually do anything more, like I'm not going to do a second coat or anything, because these gels are so good. They're Annie's ones from, what's it called, Sheen. Such beautiful polishes, honestly. I mean, I know that as a professional nail tech I shouldn't use Sheen gel products and blah blah blah, but you know, look, sorry, but they're stunning. So then the other 3 are going to be silver. So I think what I'm going to do is, one of them I might do half and half. So we'll do a silver, sort of like, what's it called, cuticle area, and then a blue free edge, like an ombre effect. So I'm just doing silver first, and I'm going to use a blending brush to blend that down. So I'm zoomed out again, so I just had to click off it. There we go. So I'm just going to blend that down slightly, and then I'm going to apply the blue to the free edge area. Like so. Just pushing it up into that silver as well. And then once I've done that, I'm going to get my blending brush and pull that up. The silver is still wet at this point. I find that a lot easier to get a blend when it's merging into a wet gel. Okay, so that's that one. And then the other 2 are super quick and easy, because they're both just going to be a coat of this silver, which is absolutely stunning. I love this polish. I've got a feeling it's going to be very popular very soon, with this season that we are in coming up. Well, about to be in. And then once I've done that, I'm going to pop them in the lamp. Like I said, the blue ones I won't be doing a second coat of, just because it doesn't require it. But of course, the silver ones, we're going to be doing a coat of the silver, what's it called on top? Cat's eye. So I'm not going to use the magnet for the middle one, because I do need to do another coat of blending, of course, because we need to blend the 2 cat eye colours together. So I'm going to do the cat's eye on the 2 that are just plain cat's eye. Like so. I'm just going to bring it all to the surface. like that. And then I'm just going to create like an S sort of shape. So we need, because we need the colour payoff of the blue, not just the beautiful colour that we get from the cat eye, because the blue is of course what matches the set that we're doing. Okay, oh god, sorry about that. So that's what that one looks like. We're going to do the same thing with the other one, but we're going to do it the opposite way. So we're just bringing it all to the surface first, and then we're going to go in up here and down here. So this one. Like so. So it's the same as the other one, but the opposite way round, like that. Middle one, like I said, I'm not touching that yet. So they can all go into the lamp now for a full cure. And in the meantime, we are going to create our gel polish that we're going to be using. So I've got 4 different, what's it called, loose glitters here. So we're going to create a polish out of all of these glitters. So I'm going to open them all up. We've got Forget Me Not here, and then we've got Silver Sparkle, we've got Sapphire Martini and Royalty, and they are all from Sparkle Supplies UK. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to get my silver. I'm going to turn the lamp around for a start because I don't want it to cure my silver. So I'm going to get my silver, I'm going to pop that in like so, and then I'm going to get my base coat, which is just going to add liquid, like it's going to add gel to it, but without adding any colour or glitter or anything, which is what we need because we want to add loads of glitter to make it really sparkly. So that's that. And then it's time to get creative and just pop the glitters in. So we don't know how much of each glitter we actually need until they're all in there. So we're just going to start off by doing a little scoop of every colour, and then we'll see how that turns out and see what we need more or less of. Well, not less of, you know what I mean. So that's a little bit of all of them. I've not put too much of the darking because I don't want it to overpower too much. And then we're just gonna blend that together. And then if it's too thick and doesn't like blend and is like just glitter plonked everywhere, you need to add more gel. If it's too thin where the gel is really runny but there's hardly any glitter in it, then of course you need to add more glitter. So I'm going to add more of the 2 darker blues. At the minute it's very silver, which is understandable because we've got a fine silver polish in there. And we do want it to be mainly dark because we're going to be stamping white on top of this glitter, so I need it to be darker. So I am going to go in actually with a little bit of yeah, we're going to put, no, because that's quite light, isn't it? We're going to pop a little bit of dark blue glitter in. So this is Sapphire, again from Sparkle Supplies UK. Finer glitters will always give you more colour payoff. As you can see, this is getting quite thick now, and that's because my glitter to gel ratio is off. So I'm going to add some more base coat. Just want a couple of drops, like so. I'm going to give that another stir. Like that. And I'm just going to pop some more of this one in as well, just because I like the effect that that gives, because it's more of an iridescent, whereas the others, some of them are holographic. So once I've done that, I'm just going to wipe off that for a start before I get rid of it. And then I'm going to put all lids on. So I've popped all lids on apart from Royalty, and I'm just going to tip some of, oh gosh, tip some of the glitter everywhere apparently. Tip some of the glitter into the lid. So I can use that. I'm going to pop it on my palette with my glitter. So I'm just gonna, we're gonna get this middle finger done first. So we're gonna go in with our cat eyes again. And then I'm going to use the magnet on it, because we want to use the magnet when both layers have got the cat eye effect going on. So we're going to do the free edge first. Like so. And then I'm going to get my blending brush, which is there. And we're going to blend that towards what would be the cuticle if this was a real nail. Like so. And then we're going to pop the silver on, of course, the silver area. And then blend that down. And then once I've done that and I'm happy with the blend, I'm then going to use my magnet, which I have lost. So we're going to go same again. We're going to get all of the particles to the top, like so. And that's what it looks like when that is done. And then this time we're going to do a line down the middle, because we've got one with an S on either side. So this time we're going to do a line down the middle, just because it's going to be like the middle nail sort of thing. So I'm going to make it a little bit wider, so I'm just bringing the magnet down slightly to the side wall. Same on the other side. So we want to be able to see the two colours, but we also want to be able to see the cat eye effect. I think that looks really, really cool. So that's going in the lamp. And then on the two blue nails, of course, they're basically done, whereas these silver nails, we need to put our silver cat's eye on. So we're just going to do the coat of that over that holographic silver that we did. And with these ones, we are going to actually do the cat eye like all over the nail. So we're just going to bring it all to the surface, and then that's that. We're leaving that as is, because these are the ones that we're going to do the design on. So that will just be in the background. That's that one, and then we'll do the other one the exact same. So I've decided with these nails, just to make them like match a little bit more, I'm going to use some of the glitter on these nails. So I'm just going to pop some on the outer edges of where there isn't any cat's eye. So it'll be on this one and this one for this nail. I need my brush that I use for glitters. I'm just going to pick some up and place it down there and just dab it on. It doesn't have to be fancy, I just want it to match a little bit better with the rest of the nails that are going to have this, oh gosh, sorry, with the glitter on. So I'm just dabbing it into those edges. We don't want to interfere with the cat eye, so we're not covering that up too much. I'm just doing it enough for it to blend in. So that'll do for that one. Very pretty. Just made it that extra bit sparklier, and you can never have too much sparkle. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. So now on this 50/50 nail, I'm going to pop some of it at the free edge of that as well and blend that up. I am going across the, what's it this time, the cat's eye, because it doesn't matter because it's all the way up the nail, so it's fine to cover a little bit. We're just blending that up over where the blue area is, like so. And that's that. Nothing too crazy for that one. And then we're on to the fun stuff. So with these ones, I'm going to do a centre, like circular sort of thing, because we're going to be doing, like I said, some stamping on these two. So I'm going to do this would be good for a bauble nail as well, actually. Now that's just giving me an idea. Yeah, and then I'm just going to get my brush, dip it into my blue, the royalty one I think it's called, and then I'm going to get my trusty blending brush and just use that to help me blend it out slightly. Doesn't have to be perfectly blended or anything, because it is going to be like the background of a design, so it doesn't really matter too much. I just don't want it full coverage glitter, basically, is the main thing. And once I've done that, I'm going to use my blending brush to just pick up a little bit more of the gel to pop in the middle, so I can stick some more of those darker pieces in right in the center, because that's going to help with the blended look and also give us a good dark background for the light stamping that I want to do, because it's not going to show up much on the silver, so we do need that darker color there as a background for that. And then once I'm happy with how it looks, I know it looks a mess at the moment, but we're trusting the process with this one, okay? It's gonna, well, I hope it's gonna look better when it's done. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this one on a quick time lapse because I'm doing the same thing. Okay, so this is where we're up to. I know they're looking very random right now, but I promise you it will all come together. So I'm going to apply a rubber base coat over these two and the middle nail. Those two are not going to have any stamping on, but those are the three are. So I am going to like sort of encapsulate, but just with a rubber base coat, because I don't want them to be really thick or anything. And because we've applied that loose glitter the way we have, like basically in a gel, it's not going to be as lumpy bumpy as it would be if we just sprinkled it on, for example. So as you can see from a side profile, it's actually nice and smooth now it's had that coat over the top. So that is going to happen for all those three. And then once they're cured, we'll be able to give them a quick buff over to get a nice, smooth, tack-free finish for our stamping. And all we're going to do basically is just stamp some like wintry images on, like snowflakey sort of vibes. I'm not really going for Christmas just yet, but I feel like we can get away with some wintry ones, because I don't know what it's going to be like mid-November when this video probably goes up, but right now at the end of October it's cold. Like, it's not like Baltic, but it's, yeah, it's definitely dropped. It's like 8 degrees at the minute, which is quite weird actually, because last Christmas was like 14 degrees, which, well, actually no, that was the weird part, to be fair. So yeah, this is probably normal. So I'm going to pop that one into lamp as well, and then I'm going to find the stamping plate that I plan on using, and then we're going to stamp on some wintry, snowy effect. Okay, so this is what they're looking like. I've took the tacky layer off the middle three, and I've also buffed slightly on these two just to make sure they're nice and smooth, which they are, which is great. So I'm just going to wipe over them, make sure there's no dust there or anything, and then we're going to do the stamping. So I've got 2 plates that I'm going to be using. The first one is this one, which is it doesn't say, so I'm not sure where it's from, but it's an XY one, so it's one of those cheap ones that you get from Shein or Amazon or something like that. But I'm going to be using these 3 images here, so we're going to use those 2 on one and then another 2 on the other, basically. And then the other one that I'm going to be using is this one, which is a Born Pretty plate, and it's BPL 032, and I'm going to be using this image here. I just haven't figured out which area of it yet. I think I might use this bit because it's going to be to basically fully cover that whole nail, so I think that bit would be good because there's enough there to fill that, and I'm not quite keen on these here because they're all touching each other. So I think that's what we're going to do anyway. So we're going to do those two with the middle bit first. So of course we're going to need a scraper and a stamper and some stamping polish. So I've got my white Moyu polish, and I'm just going to get some couch roll. Of course you can use like kitchen roll or toilet roll or anything like that. And I just like to have that next to me here so I can pop my plate on it so I don't make as much mess as I would if I didn't have it. And then I've got my lint roller next to me where I can roll my stamper on to make sure it's nice and clean. I'm going to go straight in. So, like I said, we're going to use 2 on one and another, like a different 2 on the other. I actually don't think they're quite big enough for these now, so I might use these ones, then we can use a complete mixture. So I'm going to use these 4 here, and we'll use 2 on one and different 2 on another. So I'm going to go in with, as how zoomed out we are again. So I'm going to go in with those 2 for one and those 2 for another, just to keep it nice and simple. So I'll do these 2 first, because they're on the bottom. I'm going to pick that up. Remove any excess polish that we don't want. Where that little line has come from, I can't get it. That'll do. And then we're going to place these on. So I'm going to do them one at a time because I want them to be closer to each other. So that's the first one. Making sure the other one's not touching the nail. And then can plonk the other one on after. So that's what that one looks like. Very pretty. And then, like I said, we're going to use the other 2 for the next one. So I'm just going over that. 45-degree angle to pick up. Oh, I've not caught one of the bits of the snowflake, but I'm going to use it anyway because I'm being lazy. So I'm going to pop that snowflake here on purpose because we'll overlap them, so it looks like I was meant to do that. So we're going to pop that one there. And then I'm going to get this and pop the very edge of it on that other image so it looks like it was supposed to be cut off. So that's those 2. Perfect. And then the middle one, like I said, we're going to do the full coverage one. So we're going to get that plate and I'm going to pop my polish at the top up here because I'm going to be using that part of the image. And then we're going to scrape again at a 45-degree angle, pick up the image and then figure out which part of it we actually want to use. So I think I'm going to do that part of that snowflake down there. Really trying not to get any of the other snowflakes on there so we can pick what we want and where. And then I'm going to get rid of the excess polish so it's easier to use the other images. I've just put more polish on there instead of got it off. That's helpful. That's fine. Get rid of that bit because it looks rubbish. And we've got 3 snowflakes to fill the gaps. So we're going to do this. So we're going to pop that there, including the top bit as well. And then with that extra top bit, we're going to bring that around here to fill that gap. And there we go. We get a whole nail of snowflakes. Very pretty. So this is what we're looking like now. All we need to do now is top coat and then these are done. Super effective because I just love cat's eye, to be honest. So I'm going to pop top coat on off camera and then get them all ready to show you properly. And then we can have a look how they turned out. So here is the finished look. I've just used a swatch stick with some tape on it to be able to look at designs. But how absolutely stunning have they worked out to turn out to be. I love those. I could 100% wear them on my nails, I'm not going to lie, they are stunning. So yeah, I'm very happy with how they turned out. Sorry about that, I've just disappeared. Not that you would have known, but I just went to take some photos of them before I forgot for my thumbnail. But how beautiful are they? I love how they turned out. And those 2 cat's eye gels go together so well. And I really love how this looks like around that centre glitter. It's just beautiful. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm so happy that it turned out. And adding that little bit onto those 2 really made all the difference as well. Because look at that. Absolutely stunning. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching as always. And I'll be back soon with another video. Let me know whether this is too early, too soon for Christmas videos, or whether you are happy for Christmas videos to begin. But yeah, I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye.